video. And today is an itty bitty tour video of this grand spectacular plot. If you're wondering what it is, it's of course King's Cross, but I'm not going to start with this station, definitely not to make you watch the video longer. I'm going to start with this fictional house. This is basically some kind of information centre, but here we have the creator, Total Trash 7. But despite the name, he is not trash. He is a spectacular builder who's built all of this. Credit to him, and he's also made 2 other plots featured on his channel, which you can watch after this video. Oh, a funny secret, there are 7 groups of ducks in this plot that you have to find. I'll show you all of them later. There are also many secrets and plots within the plot, and of course links that only train/railway fans will understand, such as the Flying Scotsman there. Also, this plot is supposed to be accurate as possible, but this was limited by the game, of course. Feel free to skip to the actual plot, but this is the trophy train. It's absolutely spectacular. Everything, I like the spotlights. Also, fun fact, these are actually in the game, I think. It's actually beautiful, honestly. Like the word detail. Mwah. If you didn't know, he actually got it from the Polar Express plot done at Christmas time, which is also available on his channel, so that's kind of like a sequel to that. Now, as we go on to the plot itself, this here is some kind of modern apartment. I recommend using it for inspiration. The balcony was done using hedges, which is an ingenious design, and the amount of detail on this thing is incredible. You can even use it to climb up and down. And this, of course, is the Grand Union Canal. It's actually a very famous canal. I'd say there's more famous canals in Europe, but this is quite a famous canal in the UK. It actually runs from London to Birmingham with a few stops and branches, and goes past King's Cross. As you can see down here, there's canal boats, which I may be doing a tutorial on, with a slightly better design. But these are great. They're all part there. Also, it should be mentioned these ducks do not count, since they haven't really escaped. And there's a few more canal boats down here, and it's kind of like a water taxi. In here is just a hiding spot. There are many hiding spots here, some of which are not known. And now we get into the main part of the plot. Down here are mainly kind of shops, as I was saying. You've got on the lower level shops, I know there's pizzerias, cafes. It's a fun area to live in. And then above, of course, there's apartments and offices. I just wish they were more detailed, but I can't really complain with the amount of hours spent on this spectacular plot. You can actually see some Uber taxis here. Not the iconic black cab ones, but they're still quite good, because I don't really see people using Uber taxis. But only really the black cab ones, which is quite sad. Now, of course, in here is actually one of the locations of the hidden ducks. This was supposed to be a shop, but it hasn't really been decorated. Sorry. However, apart from it being a bit empty, I do appreciate the amount of care taken with this, especially with the details. And this is more of an exterior plot. There's not much inside everything. As you can see here, there's a lift. bit silly how it's faced that way, don't ask me. In here would be the first class lounge, and if you're an SCR fan, you would have noticed this is basically Llyn By The Sea, but rail version. I will now showcase these platforms. These are, I think, platforms 9, 10 and 11. Fun fact, even though it only goes up to platform 11, there's actually 12 platforms in King's Cross. Why? Oh, you might be thinking there might be a platform 6A. No, it's actually a platform 0, which is quite interesting, to say the least. And this here is essentially the main part of the station. Now, any Harry Potter fans might notice that this is the place located where platform 9 3/4 is, and you can actually see here that this here is the Flying Scotsman, which would actually depart from King's Cross, which is great in my opinion. All these trains here are British, but it should probably be mentioned that none of these, apart from the Flying Scotsman, and I suppose the 801 would serve here, but the 8 livery-wise, none of these would. Commercially anyway. That's pretty much all for the station itself, but if you want to see all the buildings and scenery, of course, keep watching. A splendid detail there is the clock. It's actually really accurate. It's very beautiful. Meanwhile, down here we actually have Caddies. Wow! I wonder who it's named after. Hello, can I get one big Addy? You get it, like smack, Big Mac. Moving on. There's not much down here, but there are bus stops, and this method is actually using an arch, well, door, brick door, and glass, which is actually quite interesting. Same for this side. Also, Total's use of water towers is actually really interesting, since they're quite an underrated item and no one really uses them. So, fun fact, you can actually get stuck in these in mini mode. I'm not going to, because that'd just be stupid. Okay, anyway, there are a few more ducks down here, of course, and that wraps up most of the video. Please consider liking and subscribing, and of course, thanks for watching. This plot spent a lot of time making, so we'd appreciate even one sub or one subscriber. And if you'd like to see more plot showcases, of course, leave a comment of support. That's all for now, and goodbye.